Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to Prison Architect Let's Play, where since last time I have raised the prisoner capacity to 1,080 prisoners by doing the last wings at our north and south side of our prison. We had a epidemic outbreak which we had to treat. That was pretty standard. We've done one of them before. We called in the paramedics. That was fine. I've had to employ more wardens. We now have 300 guards working in this hospital. When we get a load of people coming in through intake or whatever, they get well busy. Or if there's searching that needs to be done, it takes forever. Now, we did get a load of people kicking off, which meant solitary got busy. We've still got 10 people waiting for solitary. We're still waiting for one prisoner to pass the general education course, which I think is going to never happen. Are we even running that course? Let's have a look. It's not regime. Whoa, what happened to my regime? Oh yeah, work free time. So work free time, not work lockup. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Programs, that's it. So, foundation, there's the general. So we've got 4 interested with non-qualified and nobody passed, but people are actively doing it. So that's what we've done since last time. What else did I do? I think that was about it, really, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. I just added the new wings in, and and also I got a comment from one of you guys. Rusty, you reminded me not to forget to call the corridor in the new protective custody wing. If we look at, is it logistics? No, it's not logistics. Deployment. You can see I've now got the corridor coloured in for protected custody only. So that's all sorted. So thank you very much for your tip on that one, Rusty. Now, I've also, since last time, because I've got more money than I can shake a stick at, I've also unlocked the land on the other side. So this episode, what we're going to be doing is starting the high security prison on the opposite side. At the minute, we've got high and medium security prisoners and low security prisoners all over the place. But we're going to be starting a brand new prison on the other side, and it's going to be a completely self-contained one. So it's going to be similar to what we have. But it's going to be designed not to have loads of everything. It's not going to have any workshops. It's not going to have. It's probably not going to have a shop. It's probably not going to have a library. It's not even probably going to have any classrooms, I would have thought. Maybe they can cross the road for that if we really want them to. We might have a workshop. I don't know, but I think I'm just going to keep them locked up most of the time, and then have loads of guard towers and taser them all the time. Anyway, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a bit of a build, and we'll see how we get on. So let's start with, should we start with some planning? A little bit of planning. So here we can see there's a 2-gap pathway there. So if we do a 2-gap pathway there and put a wall in, we know that we're more or less in line with that wall there for the generator room. We can do something similar to that here. We probably want to actually make that linked up there like that. Then the generator room is how wide? So, oh, hang on a minute. We've got an incoming call from the doctor. Yellow? A prisoner has been seriously wounded in a workshop accident and can't move. Send a doctor quickly. Oh no! Oh, he's bleeding and he's unconscious right now. Luckily, the doctors are just round here. Hello, doctor carrying needle. Why can't I click on the doctors? Hello, doctor. Oh, it's because I'm still in quick build. Doctor. Quick, doctor. Sort out this unconscious person. As fast as possible. You were probably the one that called me about it. And you did nothing. You just give us a ring. Oh my goodness, there's so much blood. Oh, it's getting worse. He's bleeding all over the place. We're going to need a clean up. What's that guy doing to him? Oh, well, never mind. Well, at least the doctor's sorting it out now. We can go back to our planning. So, what was we doing? Yes, that's right. I was counting this. So we've got a... somebody's been tasered. So that wall is mirrored with that wall. Then we have a gap of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the inside wall. Right, so that's our inside wall. And we can use that as a kind of guide. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different in layout. I don't know how different, but it is going to be a bit different. And we're going to do a little bit of time-lapsing. Not a lot, but a little. I think... How big should we make it? We could have a big yard, or maybe a forestry or something there. Have we got... We haven't got another set of gates, have we? So I'm not quite sure about that. I'm thinking a big middle area, just like a completely different design almost. But I haven't. Have you noticed that I haven't really thought this through very much? I really haven't. So let's think. If we want a big open area in the middle, we can put a yard in there or something. They can have a yard. They're allowed a yard, right? So if this is the entrance, I'm thinking we double this up. So we do 5 there like this, and then do something like that, and then mirror it like that. I like things that mirror, and then have that as the main entrance. Yes, that's what we like. So if I then go like this, oh yeah, right, okay, so we're getting somewhere now. So this is going to be like our main entrance. I think we'll probably like have guard towers and stuff in these sections. Now in this entrance here, like I said, we do need an entrance. So what do you think? Should we just bring it straight? We can bring it straight. Yeah, I like that. And then maybe with another indentation. So how long's this? That is 36. So if we have a 6 indentation, that's 15 either side. So there's 15 up to there. So if that's an indentation there, and that's an indentation there at 15, that should leave us with about a 6 gap. It does. Brilliant. Just take that off. Take that off. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Not good. Let's do that. Yes, right. There, that's not too bad. So if that's our big entrance area, then I'm thinking maybe we should just start building. Should we start building? We could make that kind of the main wall across the back. And if we just have 2 big cell wings, one down each side. Now how big are the cells? How big are cells do we want to give them? Standard size? Yeah, let's do standard size. Let's not go crazy. So 1, 2, 3. So we've got that, a corridor, and then 1, 2, 3. So it's like that. So if we do like cells right across this back length, like this, and we just have 2 massive wings, top and bottom. Now how far back do we go? We're gonna need to put the board around. We're leaving a good 5 gap for the wall. Maybe we should just put the wall in. Yeah, let's put the wall in already. Materials, perimeter wall. There we are, let's do that. Perimeter wall all the way. It costs loads of money. That's 6, that's 5. So to there. But we've got the cash. We can do this. Come on. Wow, that's like not even halfway yet. Yeah, how much is this going to cost? Actually, loads and loads, quite a lot of money. Oh yeah. Coincidentally, I have got a lot of workmen now, like an absolute ton of workmen. Slowly been collecting them, like Pokemon. 150 workmen now. So this wall should take no time at all to do once they decide that they're actually going to do something about it. In fact, there they are now, flooding out on their way. Right, let's go back to planning. Right, so if we know where that back wall... Where's the back wall gone? Flipping Nora. Come on, never mind. Pathways. So, I don't know why I'm using pathways for all of this. So there's the back, there's the wall. Big fat autosave for a big fat prison. And what gap did we leave? We left a 10 gap. So there's our wall. And then we did 10 gaps. So there's 10. So that's our back wall of our prison there. There we go. So we know how far to go now. We know how far we can push it. Perfect. Well, that's the outside of the prison pretty much sorted on that front. We're going to put a couple of doors in along here, and then we'll put like showers and common rooms and stuff on the inside if we feel like it. Probably one massive yard in the middle and then not much else, because we're going to be mean to these devils. So we've had a death. Never mind. It's probably somebody that needed to be in protective custody, but I didn't put them in. So for the rest of this video, I think what we'll do is we'll slip ourselves into a time lapse, and I will get the main structure and foundations of this prison done. I will get the main kind of cells done and that sort of thing. And next time we'll fill it in with some interesting rooms and finish it off, and we'll see how it goes. So let's get cracking. So first things what I did here is I just started putting in some of the walls. Later these would be replaced by foundations, but not all of them, only bits. So there's the first lot of foundations going in there, and there is the second set going in. These are our two big cell wings. Put the walls in for these bits for now, but I'll probably move them later anyway. Knowing me, that's the sort of thing I do. There's the back wall. It's quite a small, thin area, this. I might expand it a little bit later if I'm not happy with it, but we'll see. Let's get rid of all the planning. Jobs are good and on that. And let the workmen get to the job. So, where's this guy going? He is just going for a random walk. I think it's at this point I realise that the workmen can't get all the way around. So what I do is I go get a door, and I put it in the fence near to the front here and make it high priority, so we can get a workman to pop a gate in that fence, and then they don't have to walk all the way around the outside like they were doing. So still waiting for that to be done. And here's the guy on his way to do it, and there we go. We've now got our proper gate in, so they can get in and out of there easier. So, workmen working hard here to get the foundations in. There's a lot of foundations to do, and it actually took quite a while for them to put all these foundations in, despite having 150 workmen, which I thought was a little bit odd, to be honest. Having that many workmen, it's a bit... I've never had that many workmen prison architect before in my life. So then we put some doors in, so that when the foundations are ready, they actually get built and completed. And now I thought, right, let's work on some of the inner walls, the inner buildings. So I figured if we'll just have some rooms on the inside. Now I messed that up and I had to fix the wall, but that's not a problem. I think once I've... oh, hang on. There was a big fight there. A very big fight. People don't seem to be very happy, so I did a shakedown. Somebody got stabbed in the showers, and I thought, well, they shouldn't be allowed stuff, really. And there was over 3,000 different places to search in this prison, which I thought was an absolutely, well, quite a large amount of places to shove things, to be honest. But we've got we've got 300 guards, so it shouldn't take too long. And of course, this is a time lapse. I actually found a tunnel in the middle of that shakedown. It didn't go very far, so we're all right with that. That's okay. And I don't know why, but most of the workmen seem to be milling around at the bottom here, not doing much. But oh well, never mind. I wasn't going to sack them all. They're probably just getting ready to spring into action for when they're required. But yeah, I thought I'd keep an eye on the shakedown, see how things were going. There was a lot of booze found, a lot of knives and tools and those sorts of things. But here we go, here's the foundations going in. So I thought, brilliant, okay, so let's get the foundations in for the inner rooms. I was trying to work out what size, and in the end I went for 11 by 35. So I thought, well, if I put one side, and I put one the other side, and then I can put one in the middle, and then we can have 6 different rooms on the inside. Now I have no idea what we're going to use these rooms for. We're going to use them next episode, but for now we're just going to work out where they need to be. So I work it out with a bit of planning, find it out, and then pop it in with the foundations, and then just do the same on the other side. So one in each corner, there we are, and a big set of lines here so that I can see where I'm lining it up with. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. There we go. And it's in. So they're going to be our 6 rooms. Now they need doors just as much as the other ones. So we've got a 10 gap there. Let's put a door in the middle. A door in the middle there. And after putting these double doors in the main sections, I decided that to put the double doors in for the 6 inner rooms as well. Now for a split second then I saw somebody tunneling out. So what I did is I initiated a search in that cell block. So tried to find it, couldn't find it, so I thought, right, that's it, let's search the whole cell block. So we searched the whole of that block, and then we searched the whole of that block, but I never found anything, so I don't know what happened about that. I put the last couple of doors in, and we're about ready to get things sorted now. So I'm thinking cells, let's line in the cell, but then I realised, hang on a minute, we've already got some cells. I don't need to do this from scratch. Let's go over and clone some of the existing cells. So, looking for that tunnel, couldn't find it, so I was like, oh, never mind indeed. And then I put the cells in, and I think, yep, this is going to be good. It's all fantastic. There's some of the foundations going in for the inner ones, doing some calculations for where the rooms want to be. I'm quite happy with it for the most part, and then I notice that I've actually messed up here. That the cells that I'm copying are not 3x2, as I designed this gap to be for the high security, they're 4x2. So the walls are smashing out the back side of the cells, and it's all going horribly wrong. You can see here, the back of the cells are being taken out by the blueprint, and I was like, oh no, I've messed it up. So the only way I could think of fixing this was to remove all of the beds manually that have been placed, cancel the beds that haven't been placed, and then put the wall back in the back section. And after I put the wall back in, put the beds back in. I was quite disappointed that I had to do this, but it's what we wanted in the end. These high security prisoners, they don't need big cells like their counterparts across the road. I mean, and they're not going to have anything apart from a toilet and bed, and the guys across the road were probably going to put bookshelves in their rooms or something like that. That'll make them happier, I think. So there we are, all the beds going in now, a couple extra toilets I missed, and once they're all put in, I can then clone it and put it across properly. So there we go, putting them in, making sure the walls match up, and just clearing out the odd bits. So it won't be long before all our workmen have put all these bits in. At this point I'm thinking, well, this room isn't qualifying as a room. Why is it not qualifying as a room? So I tried deleting it a couple of times, put it in. Then I realised it's just the game hasn't realised that these rooms are going to be adequate yet. So I just cancelled the rooms for now, and I tried again. I can't remember if I left the rooms in or not. I think I removed them at some point, but we'll see. We'll sort that out later on. I made it all staff only, just to make sure that we don't get any prisoners going in there while I'm trying to work on it. We don't want a load of prisoners flooding in while I haven't finished the facilities. And then I think, right, now we're going to need a room for all this power and water that we need. So I decided this gap here next to the block is probably a good place to put it. And I decided, well, if we're having that there, then let's have something on the other side. I don't know what, but let's have it there anyway. So a couple of foundations going in. And now I try and clone up to the top, and this bugged out a little bit. It kept moving it all to the right just a touch, and it wasn't me. I was cloning the right part. I thought, I'm doing this wrong, and look, it clones to the right again. So what I do is I try and counteract that by cloning the bit I want and then bringing it over to the left by one, and it kind of worked, and I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. But then not everything I do makes sense, so it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? So putting in the rest of the cells in the northern side, all the guys bringing in the beds and so forth. There we go. And a little mistake there. It's not a problem. I can quickly rectify that. There we go. And then I thought, well, we'll go one more cell block there, and then we'll go to the end, put them in, get rid of this one because I measured it wrong, and last set there. Fix the walls, and job's a good one. Still waiting for this room to be done. I realise I put a remote door in by accident, so I go and tell them to dismantle the remote doors and open them for them. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. So I think we need to start looking at utilities. This bit here I'm going to extend a little bit. I might extend it a little bit more in a minute. But I think we ought to have some sort of like gateway system where you put in different bits and bobs. So once I've done that, we go over to utilities, and this was the last little bit that I get sorted out today. So I figured let's go full wacko, and we'll put a unit in for each one. There we are. For each we'll have a northern unit and a southern unit, and then also we'll have a water station in there as well. But I put a line of drains between, so in case the water station leaks for any reason. Now, because of the blueprint, I found a hole in the end of the cells. There's the water station going in. And now we're just mainly waiting for the workmen to do their job, all 150 of them. There's a lot of kicking off going on in the prison. People weren't very happy. Looked like there was going to riot, so I sent everybody in to sort them out. It seemed to work. Everything looks okay. People are quite annoyed, but not too bad. They'll get by. They'll get by okay, no problem. I changed the regime a little bit. Think that they deserve to do a little bit more work. So we'll just put that in there for a minute. Yeah, I'll do. And now we're checking. Oh, good. Our water thing's in. So we're going to hook the power up to it. And we're going to bring the large pipes down the middle. I'm not going to connect the large pipes up to the toilet straight away because that will allow them to dig easier through the pipes. But we'll put little pipes through there nonetheless. So it's not the most efficient way of doing it. And it makes it slightly easier to escape. But with this perimeter wall that we've got in all the guard ducts we're going to have, to be honest, I'm not that worried. Also, we'll probably search them quite regularly too. So just checking out, making sure everything's okay. We've got solitaries a bit full. Might have to have more solitaries in, and oh god. And everybody starts kicking off a little bit, so I think, well, okay, maybe we're doing a little bit too much work. We'll dial it back a little. It'll be alright. And there we go. So putting in the last bit of electricity now, down the edges here, making sure that all these side rooms are going to have power. And we're pretty much done with the construction of the high facility for today. So we're keeping an eye on stuff, and that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.